What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, and today I'm checking out the Kizer Begleiter 2. I actually got this in the Going Gear subscription back in February of 2022. And this was part of the standard subscription, which is $60, but the knife was listed on their website as a Going Gear exclusive for $85. So really good value there in that subscription. And this version sold out, but there's another version that came out at the same time, was also a Going Gear exclusive with natural micarta, satin finished blade, and they're both an upgraded 154 cm steel. So that one's still available, still $85 if you're interested in checking it out. I'll put a link to that one since it's still available in the description below. But otherwise the same knife. And this is probably my favorite, not only knife, but item I've ever received from the standard subscription, which is saying a lot. I've been subscribed to Going Gear for upwards of 2 years at this point, and I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite item ever. Obviously, some of the premium items have been really, really great, but they're also higher value. You're paying significantly more. The premium subscription costs $200, and so you're paying a decent amount more, $140, and so usually you're getting $200 knives at this price point. And so for an $85 knife, this is definitely up there, and it probably exceeds some of the premium items that I've received in terms of my favorites. And so super cool knife, and I'm not sure what about it is so appealing to me. It's a really good EDC size, the action on it's incredible, but something about it it always finds its way into my pocket. It does have that upgraded 154 cm steel. It's a 3.43 inch drop point style blade. Again, this one has that black stonewash finish, but you can get it in satin finish as well. 4.42 inches on the handle, bringing the overall length to 7.85 inches. Really nice 4-finger grip on there. Ergos are really, really good. The only complaint I have is I do feel the pocket clip. It's not quite a hot spot, but I'm aware of it. Never liked that so much, but otherwise a very comfortable knife to use, and you can obviously just remove the pocket clip if you're not using it. It is reversible as well, so left or right hand tip up carry. Nice deep carry as well. Have a little bit sticking out, but very, very minimal. So really nice deep carry pocket clip there. And for as much pocket time as it has, it's got relatively minimal wear. You're starting to see along the spine of the blade a little bit of discoloration where it's turning back to that silver finish. And some scratches on both sides of the pivot, just pretty minimal. A little bit of discoloration there. Again, the pocket clip is showing the most wear with the silver showing along the edges of that. But overall, held up really well for as much pocket time as it's had. It definitely I need to retouch the blade a little bit. It's definitely starting to dull out a little bit. I cleaned up as much as the gunk as possible, but I've been using it a lot lately I've been moving, so there's just been a lot of tape cutting. And so definitely could use a touch up, but gonna wait till after I'm finished moving for that. But overall, just a really, really great knife, and 2.95 ounces, so really lightweight for its size. And it doesn't feel as big as it is. 7.85 inches is a decent size EDC knife, right at the top of the range I like for EDC knives, but it doesn't feel as big as it is. I think partially because it's so skinny. It's kind of like a pointy, stabby style knife, but partially, it's skinny and lightweight and just doesn't feel super large. Again, the action on it's incredible. I haven't actually taken it apart because I haven't needed to. I'm assuming it's on bearings, but does not list it on the listing. Really nice access to the liner lock. And it's not jimped at all, as you can see in there. But again, really nice access. You don't need the jimping, you're not missing anything. There is some jimping along the top of the spine, but it doesn't add much for me. I could do without it. Anytime there's this really subtle jimping, I don't feel like it adds too much. I don't know what the point of it is. Sometimes there's kind of larger cutouts in there, and they're a little bit more aggressive. They definitely keep your thumb in place, but this isn't really stopping my thumb from sliding around. It's not really adding a whole lot to the equation, so I could do without it, but not really taking a point away from it either, because I have a nice comfortable grip, not exactly a finger guard, but with that cutout, you're nice and secure. You're not going to slide up on the blade, and really comfortable to use, so not taking points away for that either. There is a lanyard hole along the back, nice large one, really good placement. I like when they're kind of more towards the back. If you are going to use a lanyard, it keeps it from kind of rolling up into the closing portion and blocking the blade from closing. And so I'm not someone who adds lanyards to my knives, but if you are, it is a nice positioned one with a relatively large hole, so have a lot of options there. Because you have such nice access to that liner lock, it also gives you really nice action to the thumb studs. and able to manipulate those really easily. It's super drop sheddy, which is nice, and able to spidey flick it as well. Not as much access, I blocked that with my finger, but not as much access on the backside because the cutout isn't as dramatic, but it's still able to spidey flick it relatively easily. As far as branding goes, it's pretty minimal. You have the Kizer kind of logo right here on the front of the blade. Not too large, but it's definitely there. They tuck away most of the other stuff behind the thumb stud, which is nice. So you have the model number, which could definitely do without, and 154 cm stamp there. But again, pretty minimal, so not too bad. On the non-show side, you also have a logo right here, which is the Going Gear logo, just kind of showing that it's a Going Gear exclusive. And then also tucked behind the thumb stud, the Begleiter model name, and then the maker mark, which I don't know his first name, but the designer is Azo, A-Z-O. And so relatively minimal. I like when they tuck it up here against kind of near the pivot and just kind of hide it there. So if you really want to, you can look closely, but you don't really notice it. It doesn't stand out too much. But good size thumb studs on here. Again, starting to see some discoloration on those as well, but overall, I think holding up pretty well for as much as I carry it. And just a super fun fidgety knife. And for $85, I think it definitely punches above its weight class. It's definitely up there in my favorite items ever, including the premium tier. So that's saying a lot. But let me know what you think of this down in the comments below. If you have any of the other variations of the Begleiter, I think there was obviously a Begleiter 1, but I think there was also a Mini, if I remember correctly. Let me know what you think of those versions, if you have them, and how they compare. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And as always, hope you have a great one. Take care.